With no breakthrough in the ceasefire talks, Israel continues to carry out deadly attacks in the Gaza Strip. Now, in the latest, the Palestinian authorities have claimed at least 40 people have died and 60 others injured in an Israeli airstrike on the camp at Al-Mawasi in southern Gaza's Khan Yunis. The airstrike has reportedly ripped a huge crater, set tents ablaze and buried families under sand. And Israel, on the other hand, has contested the Palestinian Health Ministry's claims, and according to the Israeli military, 19 people were killed after the forces struck 3 senior Hamas operatives at a command room within an Israeli designated humanitarian zone. Now, rescue and search operations are also underway in Gaza's Jabalia after an airstrike claimed 9 lives. Residents claim the airstrike targeted the home of Akram al-Najjar, a professor at the Al-Quds Open University and a former headmaster.
They are civilians. He used to be a headmaster, a doctor. He is not related to any faction. They are civilians. They have a store next to their home. They became martyrs today. There are missing people, children, women.
And what the Israeli military described as an accident, at least 2 soldiers died and several others were injured after an Israeli Air Force helicopter crashed in the southern Gaza Strip. Earlier in the day, the Israeli army released footage showing what it says is the tunnel in Rafah in which 6 hostages were killed. The death of the 6 hostages was announced on September 1st after Israeli forces recovered their bodies.
Was in a children's room, in a house. Those are the walls of this children's room.
The shaft goes down about 20 meters into the ground, using 4 separate ladders. There, it connects to a narrow tunnel with no rooms that is so low you can't stand up straight in it. The tunnel is about 120 meters long and ends in a blocked iron door. This short blocked part of the tunnel murders.
We know that between 2 to 6 terrorists were here with the hostages. We are gathering all the stuff here for forensics, for intelligence. We can see magazines, an AK-47 magazine, chargers, all used by the terrorists. We pray and think in our hearts and minds.
Now, amid the raging war, Democratic presidential nominee Kamala Harris has backed Israel, saying Tel Aviv has the right to defend itself. Harris has advocated for a 2-state solution, however. And our correspondent Jody Cohen has the latest on this.
Several ministers were reportedly brought to tears when they saw the footage of the horrific conditions in which the 6 executed hostages were kept in the tunnels by Hamas. The Hostage Families Forum said that the footage showed that the lives of other hostages hang by a thread and called for a deal. But the Tikva Forum of Hostage Families suggested that it showed Hamas are not interested in a deal and called to end negotiations. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken confirmed that a new proposal would be presented soon. Meanwhile, the war was discussed in the debate between President Trump and Vice President Harris. Harris pledged to continue working around the clock for a ceasefire and hostage deal. Trump suggested he would get the war settled before inauguration. And commentators suggest that Israel would seek to continue working closely with whoever becomes the next American president. This is Jody Cohen for WION World is One.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.